The Karmelo Anthony trial, and I was inside the courtroom when we just watched the surveillance footage of the incident take place. I was able to see Karmelo Anthony enter into the stadium. It showed the victim and his brother enter into the stadium. It showed the tents that they were under and so much more. They also did opening statements before we started to see any type of footage or anything like that. Opening statements was 20 minutes for each side. The defense took 20 minutes. The prosecution took 20 minutes. And when they gave their opening statements, there was a stark contrast on both sides. So first and foremost, the defense went up and the prosecution went up first, and his co-counsel did the opening statements where he painted Karmelo Anthony as a senseless murderer. You know, he said that Karmelo Anthony provoked the victim into putting his hands on him. So he's saying that, the victim in a case, he provoked him because he didn't leave when they told him to. So basically, they told him to leave, and he didn't leave, and he told him that they better not touch him or whatever, or watch what happens if you touch me. That's provoking them to put their hands on him. So then once they put the hands on him, then he used his weapon. He grabbed in his bag, used his weapon, and the whole incident happened in a matter of 4 minutes. So the victim and his brother entered into the tent 2 minutes prior to Karmelo Anthony entering in the tent. The defense said that he didn't enter the tent because he wasn't supposed to be there, as far as like the way that they're trying to shape it, but he entered into the tent because he recognized one of his friends. He went to say hello to one of his friends, and he went to go sit down. As soon as he went to go sit down, it is being alleged that the twins came up to him and told him, "You got to go, you got to get up out of here." And he told them, no, he's not leaving. He's not getting up out of there at all. Now, that's what's happening on the...
So I want to walk you through what this morning has been like so far. It started with opening statements after a number of pretrial motions, and the defense and the prosecution got about 20 minutes for those opening statements. It started with the prosecution, who called this a, quote, unjustified, provoked murder, and told jurors Anthony plunged a knife into Austin Metcalf's heart and ran away. Now, the state said surveillance video from the track meet will be important, telling jurors that the video tells the story. Prosecutors said Anthony went to Memorial High School's team tent during the rain, was told to leave, then taunted and provoked Metcalf before stabbing him. So then next, we heard from the defense. They told jurors that there's been a lot of noise around this case, a lot of false information. They described Anthony as a son, a brother, a 3.7 GPA student athlete. The defense said Anthony went under the memorial tent to get out of the rain, knew people that were under there, and that things were initially calm. Now, Mike Howard, Karmelo's defense attorney, said the video will show some things, but it won't show everything. And the defense said Anthony told Metcalf, quote, as long as you don't touch me, we're cool, and argued that Metcalf made the first physical contact. Now, Howard said Anthony acted in fear and chaos. We also learned that Anthony suffers from epilepsy. So then the first witness was called to the stand. That's Mark Porter, a forensic video analyst from Tarrant County. Inside the courtroom right now, both families are seated. They're on opposite sides. We also got our first look at the jury. The panel appears to include at least 9 women, several people of color, including a woman that was wearing a hijab. And then remember, there were questions about demographics of this jury panel yesterday. So what's happening next? Court is going to go on until lunchtime. They'll take a break, and then we'll continue until 6 o'clock this evening.